Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Horticultural Hails. So today I'm starting off with something that's becoming more of a habit on Horticultural Hails, which is a time-lapse. As you can possibly also see from shot, to improve noise quality, volume quality, I've bought myself a microphone. So then hopefully the wind won't interrupt me talking. Anyway, what I'm going to do is a time-lapse with something called a mantis tiller. Excuse me, Mantis, please don't copyright me about this at all. And all I'm going to do is just where I've had the garden before, the radishes have not come up. And I would believe that's because it's just too coarse. So I've got this, and so I'm going to till the whole garden in time-lapse. But I will not be wearing the microphone because it's very sharp blades. And also because the amount of noise this produces, it may get a little bit loud. It'll come up in the time lapse. So anyway, on with the video. So I just finished tilling the whole garden. This is how it's turned out. It's actually a lot better. It's come out a lot finer than I thought it would. And now what we're going to do is, as you can see, I'll just show you this, is it's a lot, some of it's still a bit claggy, but a lot of it is like this. It's nice, fine soil, which is what I really wanted. So now, on this bit will be potatoes now, and now I'm going to do the whole lot, in time-lapse of course. Now what I'm going to be doing is I'm putting lettuces into the garden. I thought it'd be easier if I just time-lapse through again, but I'll explain now what I'm going to do. So all I've got is a little hand dibber and the dibbing tool which we had in, I believe, the first video. I've got that to separate out all the lettuces. I sowed them in a tray, so all I'm going to do is just, with the dibber, just gently cut around each one, then gently lift, and then put it into a hole about an inch deep, made by the dibbing tool, the dibber even, which you'll see it's just like, it's literally just a handle off an old fork that we made down to a point, and then I'll put them in, just gently firm them round so that they're supported, and then I'm going to put slug pellets down and put cloches on, which you can just see behind me right in the distance over there. So those we've just freshly cleaned, they have ends on, luckily, so that just means that if we do put slug pellets down, no hedgehogs or anything can get in, and it means we can also just protect them. And either way, even if something does get in, we are using non-harmful slug pellets, so it will still kill the slugs, but it won't harm things such as hedgehogs or cats or anything. So, and they're biodegradable, which is even better. So I'm going to get on with the time lapse. That's basically the whole process. You'll notice the distance I'm putting them is only about 6 inches. That's because that's all they need. And I'm going to now skip to the process. So that's the lettuces done. I'm just about to put these in. So these are radish French breakfast. you'll notice when I do the time lapse for these, I've put what looks like grit around them. All my lettuces I haven't. That's what I said. They're the slug pellets. They're a new type I'm trying, so we'll see how well they go. I'm also not sure how well this camera work's going to come out, because as you can see I am squinting because the sun is right over there, so I have not a clue what this looks like, but I thought why not give it a try. But now I'm going to do the radishes. It's exactly the same as I did either a few weeks ago over there, except those didn't come out because the soil was too coarse, so I'm going to try them here under cloches. So let's get right to it. So what I'm going to be showing you next is how to sow carrots. This is quite simple. Let me throw it away. It's basically exactly the same as you would the radishes. You just make a little drill. Yes, I'm just, for speed and for better accuracy, I'm just using my hand. You make a drill about 2 centimeters deep. As I said, roughly, because you, if you're like me, you're using your hand, and so not necessarily accurate. Any larger clumps of dirt, just try and get up and break up. As such, and do this. I'm doing this without a gardener's line. Mainly because I'm just gauging if I want 1 or 2 rows of carrots. Getting a little bit deep. That's right. Yeah, and make sure to try and keep a constant depth. If you can't, then if you can't, just if it looks a bit wavy, then just try and flatten it out. But if it's that your garden is wavy and the depth from the top of the soil is still 2 centimeters, leave it at that. Go to about there. Get last little bits. Like so. Just get any large bits out. And then, if I get the right seed packet out, I'm going to start off with Early Nantes 5. These are carrots. And you notice a lot, I flick the packet. That's just if there's any seeds at the top, they just fall down. Might have a few. And then just very, very thinly, these will come out. Just very thinly spread them the whole way along the trench. It doesn't matter if it turns out that there's loads in one particular spot. Just try and spread them out as much as possible. Because then, I need to rip that a little bit. Because then when you come to, when they start to germinate, you can thin them out. So this is just if you've got large clumps of seed. Yeah, I thought as much. If you've got large clumps of seed, then what you can do is just pick them up from other places gently with, say, a dibbing tool, and then transplant them along, so you do have a full row. But as you saw, I haven't got enough seeds to do the whole way, which is annoying, so I'm probably only going to have another 1 row. I am going to be doing 2 breeds now. This is another pack. These are Amsterdam forcing, because I couldn't get them all the way. Oh, A bit thick. And as you probably can't see this very well, but these seeds are the same colour as the soil. And so all you want to do is, because you can't see them, is you just want to try and see if you can watch them falling actually out of the packet, and then from however many fall, you can judge however many are about in that area. And then, as you would with radishes, you just gently cover them with this loose soil around it. There we go. As always, just whilst I got a minute, if you do have questions, please just leave them down in the comment section. I will answer them at the beginning or during the next video if I don't respond to you. I also do always look at the comments, so I always do try and reply to all of those comments. Some of them are just like, oh, great video, so I don't tend to. But if you have, say, any questions, leave them down there. I will answer them in the next video. So we just had enough for one row, so these will come up hopefully soon. I'll get the watering can and I'll just soak these now. I won't show that. And then we're going that side because we're going to do the exact same but with beetroot. That's my jobs for the weekend done now. I just wanted to say quickly before I end this video, for stuff like the potatoes, which I've just quickly skipped through, if you want to know how to do the process, skip back to, say, for example, the potatoes, go back to episode 2 because I explain it in episode 2, and then say for the beetroot and the carrots I mentioned about how to do radishes, that's in episode 2 as well. And then I explain the complete process, and it just then means that I can say it just saves me a lot of time, so I don't have to keep repeating over and over stuff. And I'll just I'll put links in the description to those videos. So then if it's easy, you literally say, oh, he meant this, go into the description and then follow that video and it'll explain it. So yes, thank you so much for watching this episode. I should be on next week, and please keep growing those gardens.